I don't really have a plan for this one. London, it was honestly very American in many ways. It's not a very unique city. I kind of felt like it was like most major cities. And obviously the museums are unique to London, but I prefer museums in other cities more that are cheaper to get to. Um, yeah, I went to a couple. Obviously, I went to the Nature Museum and the Tate, all that stuff. And honestly, I found most of the museums very underwhelming. Nothing super unique. Uh, the city itself is just everything's an arm and a leg. I ended up being there for 2 weeks because of train problems. Their train system is somehow worse than Amtrak. I didn't even know you could have a more dysfunctional train system than Amtrak. But London somehow found a way. Yeah. Also the hostels there are more pricey than in a lot of other places in Europe. So you end up it ends up just being a more expensive trip than elsewhere. And just like the food prices are higher, the transportation prices are higher, and just everything's more expensive. I spent most of the time there at a convention, attending the Labor Caucus. But, I made a video already about that, so this one is more about, just the general museums. But yeah, a lot of them reminded me of New York in a way. Just a lot of the beautiful animals. I really had fun. Um, I was mostly in London by myself. I met a lot of fellow Americans and fellow like Irishmen and Indians and whatnot. People who are around the world on vacation who I would do stuff with. But yeah, I didn't really like. I couldn't afford to really, do any partying there too. So like, if that's what you're into, I'm sorry, it's just like not really cost effective to do it in London. There's other Western European cities that are cheaper, and honestly, you might want to go to an Eastern European city. And you might be thinking, well, oh, they all speak English there. That's going to make my life easier. The thing is with London is like, yeah, you get a lot of foreigners who are there who are going to speak English equally as well as the people in mainland Europe. So like, really, there's no reason to not just go to mainland Europe. Everything that London has, mainland Europe has, but better. Um, yeah, I don't want to spend the whole London video shitting on London. Yeah, talking about stuff that I enjoyed about London. The alcohol in the UK is just some of the best. I would honestly say the best I've had, and a lot of people I've spoken to while I was there were also on vacation. When I asked them like, "Hey, what have you been enjoying about your trip here?" It was always the alcohol. So if you're into like trying alcohol, I would totally recommend going to the UK for that. And most of them were traveling around the UK, trying different alcohol, different places, because everything's so close. It's very easy to move around as long as you're not using their dysfunctional train system. Like just getting an Uber or something town to town. Um, yeah, I also really did enjoy the War Museum. I was in London because of their shitty train system on 4th of July, which wasn't the original plan. And on 4th of July, I went to their War Museum. And funnily enough, they didn't have anything on the American Civil War. What a shame, what a shame. But they did have a lot on World War One and World War Two, which I enjoyed. As you can see, these pictures are from when I was in the World War II section, which was by far the largest section. They even had a section in the World War II section on the Holocaust, where they had artifacts that the Red Army had collected from their siege on Auschwitz, when they defeated the Nazis. Um, yeah, because the Russians and English traded a lot of stuff they collected from the fascists, in Italy and in Nazi Germany and other Nazi occupied areas where fascism had risen. I didn't take any pictures of that stuff because you're not allowed to, and I didn't really want to. But yeah, I just stayed in the general weapons section where I took pictures. It was fun. I don't know if it was flying to Europe fun. Obviously London, was a nice stop on my trip. I wouldn't want to just go there on itself though. Uh, Other things about it, yeah, the museums, a lot of the stuff, because yeah, they do share a lot of their artifacts, their collectibles, with American museums. So like, you're just not gonna have as much uniqueness out of your experiences there. And yeah, it was nice. Honestly, I would say my most favorite part was talking to other tourists who are from other places in the world. Cost of living there. As we go around. The War Museum was just by far the best part for me, though. Just seeing a lot of the propaganda from back in the day and whatnot, and seeing just the goofy stuff they had. Yeah, and the weapons too. And while I was at the War Museum too, I overheard a lot of people talking. Had a couple conversations myself because they're nice thing about being an English speaking country is you can actually just chat with strangers on the street more. So, yeah, it's like a lot of older folks there are gonna still remember having their houses fucking bombed by crazy fucking white supremacists. Also they have stuff on the Northern Ireland, debacle. It's very strange there. Obviously, when I was in Europe, I met people from both sides of Ireland. No, obviously, we all know people who were involved in Ireland. And yeah, it's crazy how just some dudes with bombs were able to take out allegedly one of the most powerful militaries in the world. It's just interesting how grassroots terrorism can actually improve the quality of life for you and your people. And yeah, we don't need to get political. I don't really have much else to discuss when it comes to London itself. Obviously I was there for a long time, so I have a lot of footage, and I've worked, I put a lot of time to find the pictures I liked and edited this. But yeah, because I do the recordings after I do the editing. Mostly, I guess we're going to talk about the channel itself. I know, no one's really watching this channel now. My peak video has gotten 5 views. And I don't really care. I imagine most of those views are me watching it on like an alt email or something. But, I've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying editing these videos. It's a relaxing activity that's a break from my day-to-day life. It's nice to remember these vacations, and then a week after I've edited the video, I do the recording where I watch it and just enjoy thinking about the trips I've gone on. And, last summer, obviously, this is from 2 summers ago already, which is crazy to think about. I didn't go on as many vacations, and I'm kind of at the point in my life where I'm a little concerned if I'll be able to continue going on these vacations. I really enjoy them. They bring a lot of joy to me, and I feel like they're more meaningful than a lot of other things a lot of folks waste their time doing. I prefer this shit over playing video games and whatnot. And I want to continue doing this. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next summer, which is kind of stressing me out. Because, for the past 4 summers, like since I've, my entire adult life, each summer has been pretty clear cut. People come to me with vacation plans, and I know what I'm going to do. And I know this sounds a little first worldy problem, but, this is kind of my passion, just, traveling to different places and hanging out with locals and other foreigners and whatnot. It brings me joy. I love doing it. And I want to do more camping related stuff. I want to do more backpacking. I want to try to be a little more local too in the vacations I do. I've been really wanting to kayak the entire Columbia, but my current kayaking gear, I just don't think is up to snuff. I don't think it will be able to power through it. So I'm looking into that. That's the only big one I have left. I'm also considering upgrading my editing equipment. Currently, I'm using iMovie, which can do editing, but obviously, this is not up to snuff. I want to get better. I want to use better equipment so I can make videos that I enjoy watching more. Because I know, the story time isn't, going to draw anyone in and isn't the best part, even though I enjoy doing this. Obviously, I've already upgraded the sound equipment. I wanna get better kayaking gear. I want to get better video editing. I have a better computer system I could be using for this. Trying to upgrade a lot of my electronics right now. But slowly but surely, transfer what I have, my passwords from one computer to another and whatnot. I'm also, my job is inconsistent schedule right now. And I'm trying to stay involved in my community locally, with the hopes of going to grad school, which is, I just don't know if I can pass the GRE. Is kind of what's going on in my personal life, and that stressed me out a little bit. Yeah, and I wanna do more of this. But I don't know what I'll do next summer if the only thing that's going to be happening after the summer is going back to my current job. Because if I do well in the GRE, I'll be able to go to grad school and whatnot, and all the nonprofits and whatnot that I've been involved in will actually mean something. But if not, I don't know. Currently, I'm not starving to death or anything, but yeah, my financials too. There's not going to be no sequel London trip. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I would want to go stare at fucking paintings again anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna pass the GRE. I didn't go to a college that's through such programming. And also I just never was, that test motivated. When I was in high school, I was planning on going to Japan for college, and then COVID happened. I don't know. And I was also only going to get an associate's. I didn't really think higher education was that profitable. And I still don't think higher education is profitable. I think it's purely, fun. I view higher education the same way I view going on vacation. It just grows yourself as an individual, to feed the soul, not to fucking feed your wallet. Yeah, I wanna feed the soul some more. I wanna do more of this stuff. I wanna see more shit. And yeah, I'm gonna work on the kayaking trip. That'll, hopefully a better editing equipment. I'll start working on it. Yeah, as of this recording, I've already, there's no other videos in the work at the moment. This was the last one, and even this one, I edited this video like almost a year ago, and I'm finally just doing the voiceover for it. And yeah, I want to do more camping. Maybe I'll try some more, small vacations too, because I personally think the short and sweet videos are nice. This one was me getting experimental, but I think maybe a long form video like this was not something I really want to do. Even though I've been in, I'll be honest, I take a lot of inspiration from folks like Big Joel and stuff. But obviously he fucking writes a script and has an hour of shit to say. You know, I don't think I'll ever be like that. Um, yeah, you know, I don't know. Um, hopefully, hopefully I'll know more in the future. I don't know. Maybe when I do my kayaking video, I'll fucking ace the GRE and be ready to go to grad school.